When part 2 begins, you return to Emma's apartment, a space that has transformed from a lonely prison into a place filled with the warmth of strangers who chose to care. Emma stands in a surreal moment. She now shares her once quiet space with 3 men, Noah, Liam, and Jesse. They've brought not just coffee and cake, but something much rarer: gentle companionship during one of the hardest chapters in her life. The storm outside still lingers, both literally and symbolically. The rain hasn't stopped, but inside, something has begun to shift in Emma's emotional landscape. Her world is no longer cold and colorless. There's conversation, comfort, and an odd kind of hope, wrapped in the laughter of 3 delivery men who feel less like strangers and more like anchors. But a question still hangs in the air. Who sent the cake, and why? Emma doesn't want to believe it's from David, the man who left her without warning, breaking a 4-year engagement and shattering her heart in the process. But the notes with the delivery, simple phrases like "be gentle with yourself" and "you are loved," even when you feel forgotten, echo David's voice in ways that are hard to ignore. After Liam and Jesse settle in and offer her coffee, Emma finally asks the question outright. And that's when Noah, the quiet one, the one who first showed up at her door, pulls out a folded note. There's a weight in that moment. Feels like opening a letter from the past, something fragile that could either heal or rip open old wounds. Emma unfolds the paper. It's from David. The note is short, but emotionally loaded. Emma, I'm sorry for walking away. I wasn't brave enough to stay, but I hope this small sweetness reminds you that you deserve love, real love. You will find it again, maybe when you least expect it. D. That's it. No begging to return, no promises, just ... A quiet apology and a wish that she finds what he couldn't give her. The complexity of closure this moment is crucial. In many romantic stories, the person who left comes back, begs for forgiveness, and everything is tied up neatly. But this story chooses a different path, a more realistic one. David doesn't try to come back. He admits he was a coward. He left, and he won't pretend it was right. His note doesn't solve everything. It stings, but also soothes. It offers Emma a kind of closure, not the fairy tale kind, but the kind grown-ups eventually learn to accept. Emma reads the note with shaking hands. The feelings hit hard. She isn't just grieving a breakup, she's grieving the future they planned. The version of herself that trusted him, the belief that love always means forever. And yet, in the middle of all that grief is Noah. He doesn't rush in with soot. He doesn't rush in with soot. With soot. Like, look at this. And we all know I've been exploring that. And we all know I've been exploring that path. The version of herself that trusted soot. With soot. With soot. It was with soot. And with soot. With soot. And take soot. As we do sit. At soot. With soot. I do with soot. Eke wek. To give soot. Go on soot. Con more with soot. I gory with soot. Key with C with the I caught to be decide is soot. You get with sit. Kuk I weak a sit. You with you. You can you to Q she you cock you to like you could you cat. I did he if you would to keep to quit. I have to I keep a wick. I could ask. I have to do it with he kaya. Comforting words. He doesn't try to play the hero. He just sits beside her, offering something more powerful: presence. Emma asks him, finally, "What's your story?" And Noah, who until now has been the soft-spoken observer, opens. He tells her he once lost someone too. Not in the exact same way, but in a way that left him broken. The woman he loved left when he was struggling with depression. She didn't understand how to be with someone who was emotionally sinking, so she left. And for a long time, Noah believed he wasn't worthy of love. That's why he joined the Human Delivery Project with Liam and Jesse. It's not just about cake or coffee. It's about showing up for strangers the way no one showed up for them. It's about rewriting the story of abandonment. one small act of kindness at a time. This part of the story is deeply human. Noah isn't perfect. He's been through darkness too. That's what makes his kindness feel so authentic. It's not performative. It's born from personal pain. He knows what it means to feel invisible. So now he chooses to see others. Emma doesn't cry when he tells her this. She just listens, feels it, and something subtle shifts between them. A connection that goes beyond shared sadness. It's the beginning of trust. The quiet excitate this point. Liam and Jesse, sensing that Emma and Noah are having a moment, quietly stand. They say their goodbyes with soft smiles and respectful silence. No fanfare, no jokes. Just the quiet grace of friends who know when to leave. Emma walks them to the door. There's a sense of peace now. Still sadness, but also clarity. Jesse says, gently, anytime. You're not alone, Emma. That simple sentence, you're not alone, might be the most important line in the entire story. It's because Emma has felt deeply, utterly alone for weeks. Now, for the first time. She believes she might not have to stay that way. The invitation with Liam and Jesse gone, Noah prepares to leave too. The rain has calmed outside just as Emma's storm has begun to ease internally. Before he leaves, he asks softly, would you like to have coffee again sometime? Maybe without the rain and the cakes? It's not a flirt. It's not a line dot. It's a gentle invitation. It's a chance to connect without pain being the only thing between them. And Emma, whose heart is still fragile, but no longer closed, smiles. I'd like that, she says. That small exchange doesn't promise a love story, but it opens the door to one. And that's far more powerful than a rushed romance. A sky that begins to clear. The final scene is full of symbolism. The rain outside has slowed. The clouds begin to part, revealing hints of pink in the sky. That detail matters because the story isn't saying Emma is healed or that she's found her next love. What it says is this: healing has begun. Not because of a man, not because of cake, but because she allowed herself to be seen and she said yes to a moment. Instead of staying locked in the past, Noah was never meant to be a replacement for David. He's something entirely different. Where David walked away, Noah showed up. Where David gave silence, Noah gave presence. Where David chose fear, Noah chose gentle courage. And that's the core message of the story. Sometimes life breaks you, and the people you thought would love you forever leave. But sometimes, in that empty space, new people arrive. People who don't ask you to forget that pain, but who sit with you inside it. The story begins in Portland, Oregon, a place known for its gray skies, rainy seasons, and quiet streets. The perfect backdrop for a tale about grief, healing, and unexpected human connection. Emma Lawson. The story's main character is introduced in the opening scene. Not doing well. She sits alone in her apartment, lost in the silence that follows heartbreak. Her fiancé, David, left her 2 weeks ago with little explanation and no closure. That kind of heartbreak, the kind where someone walks away not because of a fight, not because of betrayal, but simply because they feel they need something else, leaves behind a particular kind of emptiness. It's not loud, it doesn't scream. It lingers quietly like fog. It's heavy and still and unkind in its silence. Emma hasn't been eating. The coffee on her table is cold. The weather mirrors her emotional state. Gray, drizzly, stuck in a loop. Then a simple sound changes everything. The doorbell rings. At first, Emma is confused. She hasn't ordered anything. She's isolated herself from the world, not interested in visitors or social interaction. But the sound is persistent. She finally gets up, walks to the door, and opens it. Not just to a delivery, but to the start of something new. Standing at her door is a young delivery man named Noah. He's soaking wet, dressed in a hoodie and a bright delivery vest. It's not conventionally handsome in a movie star way. He's real. There's something in his eyes that makes him seem familiar, even though they've never met. It's calm, gentle, and there's a subtle kindness. In the way he speaks, he's holding a box, a small, simple bakery box from a local shop called Everhart Bakery. It's addressed to Emma, but she didn't order it. When she questions it, Noah tells her there's no name on the sender's line. It's just a handwritten message. Be gentle with yourself. That phrase hits Emma like a soft wave. It's familiar, personal, something David used to say. The moment is delicate. Emma is flooded with emotions she hasn't let herself feel. Confusion, pain, hope, sadness, maybe even longing. Noah, sensing her unease, doesn't press. He just offers her the package, then turns to leave. But then it starts to thunder, a heavy, symbolic moment in the story. Thunder doesn't just suggest bad weather. It mirrors emotional tension, change, the brewing of something deep within. Noah hesitates at the sound. He looks back at her. There's a pause. He asks softly, "You okay?" It's a small question, just 2 words, but to someone who's been left behind, it means everything. Because when someone asks and means it, it shows they see you. Emma answers honestly, "Not really, but I'm breathing." That vulnerability, that raw, honest response begins the connection between Emma and Noah. It's the first true human connection Emma has had in weeks, maybe months. It's not romantic yet, but it's meaningful. A thread between 2 people who know pain on impulse. Maybe because she can't bear to go back into the silence. Emma invites Noah to come in and wait out the storm. Now this moment is crucial. She doesn't know him, but something in her, maybe her loneliness, maybe intuition, tells her he's safe. And Noah accepts, not with expectation, but with a quiet gratitude. Inside her apartment, the 2 sit across from each other. There's no awkwardness, no forced small talk. Emma opens the bakery box. Inside is a lemon cake, a flavor that's both sweet and tart, just like life. There's another note inside. You are loved even when you feel forgotten. That line devastates her, because that's exactly how she feels. Forgotten, left behind, unimportant, and yet here's this. Message, anonymous, heartfelt, loving, telling her the opposite. Noah doesn't try to solve her pain. He just lets her feel it. His presence isn't loud or invasive. Steady, grounded. Emma feels safe enough to begin talking. She opens up about David, how he left, how it felt, how hard it is to understand someone walking away from a life they've built together. The pain isn't just from being alone. It's from the confusion, the unanswered questions. Noah listens. Not with pity, but with compassion. He gently tells her, "I don't think he's the type to send you that. People who walk away don't usually send cake. But someone who cares, ... maybe a friend." His words are honest, but not cruel. And Emma hears the deeper meaning that she shouldn't assume David is still holding her heart. Maybe it's someone else trying to reach her. Noah then says something profound. You ever feel like the universe sends strangers when friends fail? This is a turning point. That line carries the heart of the story, that sometimes healing doesn't come from the people you expect. It comes from surprise places, a stranger, a moment. A rainy afternoon. Emma laughs through her tears and calls him an angel in a hoodie. It's the first bit of lightness in the story, and it feels genuine. A small moment of relief in the storm. Then another knock at the door. The tension rises again. Emma is caught off guard. She wasn't expecting anyone, especially not after. Just letting Noah in. But the knock is there. Louder this time. Noah's confused too. Emma walks to the door cautiously. When she opens it, there are 2 more men standing outside, both in delivery jackets, one tall and calm, the other warm and smiling. They're holding more coffee and another small box. One of them says, "We're with Noah." Emma is speechless. It feels surreal. She asks, "You're delivering more cake?" The reply is simple but intriguing, something like that. Now the tone of the story starts to shift. There's a bit of mystery, warmth, and a strange, but welcome sense of community. These men, Liam and Jesse, reveal that they're part of something they call the Human Delivery Project. Noah explains. Sometimes we do this for people going through stuff. It's not a company, not a service. It's more like an underground kindness movement, a group of people who choose to show up for others in quiet, unexpected ways. No cameras, no social media posts, just real human connection. This is a moment of emotional grounding for Emma. The story isn't about a woman being swept off her feet by one charming man. It's about the power of being seen, the healing that comes from unexpected kindness, and how heartbreak can be met not with grand gestures, but with quiet presence. The lemon cake, the coffee, and the conversation are symbols of life slowly coming back to her. They don't erase her pain, but they make her feel something other than grief. And maybe that's where healing begins. The first part of the story ends on a gentle cliffhanger, leaving readers or listeners wondering, who really sent the cake? Are these men just kind strangers? Or will one of them mean something more to Emma in the future? What's the real story behind this Human Delivery Project? And why does Noah, the quiet one, with sad eyes, feel so familiar, so safe? The emotional hook isn't about drama or shock. It's about something more timeless. The moment when someone going through loss feels the first glimmer of hope again. When the right people show up, not to fix you, but to sit beside you in your brokenness.